What do paper scraps, Halloween ephemera, and a little creative chaos have in common? These Halloween doodads, and I am showing you exactly how I made them. Hey everybody, it's Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts. Welcome to the Take 5 Mixed Media Magic YouTube collaboration hosted by Jeannie's Palette and Funky Junk Inspiration. Um, you guys know we've been doing this playlist for a while. You know how it works. Follow along in the playlist. Link is in the description to see everybody's project. My video this week is actually edited down from a Whatnot live stream. So bear with me on the editing job, taking what was an hour and a half live and turning it into about a 35-minute video often causes some funky editing moments. So I hope you can bear with me. And if I'm talking to people on the screen, know that it was talking to people who were watching me and following along. And the dog wanted to come in and say hi. So I had a whole lot of fun. Excuse you. I had a whole lot of fun with this project. I hope you get a kick out of it. And make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video out with anybody that you think might enjoy putting a little bit of a holiday mood into their June. And be sure and come back and see us next month for our next collab. Bye, everybody. But this has our instructions. So the supplies are clip art, like words, embellishments, glue dots, glue stick, paper scraps, permanent marker, printable scissors, stamps, vintage photographs, vintage photo slides, and washi tape. So I have about a third of that pulled out. First step is to gently remove the film from the slide frame, which I have no idea how to do that other than to cut it out. I don't know that I want to open the frame all the way. So if anybody's watching me going, no, 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 there's an easier way to do that, please, please, please save me from myself. But I am pretty sure that this is the only way to do this. All right, that was step one. Select small images to feature inside the frame. Whatever, cut them to size, glue them to the back. If the image doesn't completely fill the frame opening, mount onto background paper first, adding visual balance, draws attention to the focal point, and creates depth. Okay, so I don't know that in this very moment I'm going to get really picky about what this really looks like. I don't know that I'm going to attempt to create an actual design or an actual, like, what am I trying to say? This moment is all about technique. This moment is all about figuring out how to make something using these slide frames. So it's less about finished product and more about what in the heck are we doing? How cute is that? She says, as she pulled out something that can be used as a focal point. How cute. So I was on my Wednesday show talking about how if you are handmade, you really need to be starting on Halloween and Christmas. So la-di-da, here we are starting on Halloween, right? Okay. Okay. So that works. tricky part is figuring out how to place her. So right in the middle should be okay. A little bit of glue. So this is my favorite liquid glue, Tombow Aqua, dries clear. Has two tips on it. Has a brush tip and I should have got my little tweezers, and a like pin tip. Not quite as fine tip as dry, but still works. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to one thing really quickly. There we go. I forgot to do my little go live notification. Okay, so there's that. But I want to do something real quick. I think. Yep. I want to do something real quick. Hold, please. I will be right back. See. All right, so I'm gonna let that sit for a second, and then we're going to create our second one because I've already got our little Batman here cut out from that paper, so we might as well use him. Okay, so this is the one we painted with the metallic paint. Obviously, we still need to cover up those words. We're going to go ahead and glue this down. Oops. And the pictures in the magazine are decorated with washi tape, which makes sense because washi tape is a little bit easier for something this small. But I don't know. We can see what, I don't know. Yeah, we can see what kind of washi tape I have. I'm going to let that sit for a second. Welcome in. How are you? This is all I've got left on the by way of wooden stamps, but we might be in luck because I see a Happy Valentine's Day. I see a Happy Mother's Day. I see a Happy St. Patrick's Day. Ah, Happy Halloween. Look at that. And we're just going to use this paper right here that I was using as a paint tray because it was handy. And just going to use this ink. Press that off once and stamp that. So I've been ignoring my paper crafting roots for a very long time. But then my paper crafting became like non-existent. because, you know, full-time job, trying to have a business that actually like makes money. I've been getting back to it lately, and that makes me very happy. Just sitting here doing this right now, like, makes me realize how much I've missed it. Okay, I've got to get my tweezers. Helps that my room's clean. Well, oops. What was that? I dropped something. Makes it easier for me to get to things. Now, the unfinished part of the basement is still a disaster. There's still a lot of stuff to reorganize and go through and all the things, but the room is functional. Thank God, because it was making me cranky. I had it and then I lost it. Okay, so that's cute. So we just stamped that little happy Halloween, and I covered basically like that wording right there. What I was originally thinking I would do would be happy and then Halloween, but those are spaced too close together for me to really be able to like make that work. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into the stash of washi tape. Cut that, and again, this is really, I said this is more about technique than finished product, and here I am like kind of Tuesday, 2 o'clock. Well, hey, you know what? You have a plan. So that's a jumping off point. You won't get anything done if you don't have a plan. So. And then we're going to, oh, I put it back. Look at me being efficient. Ink this. Ooh, ribbon would look cute. I didn't think about pulling any ribbon out. Putting a little bit of ribbon across there. Cute. Oops. Come on. Getting wild and crazy with the glue here. I'm just gonna drop that there. Oh, you guys. Okay, so this is kind of similar. I'll have to bust it out because I bought it all last year and I bought it too late and I didn't get it done. But Tim Holt had a Halloween project out last year that wasn't really using the frames, but it was something very similar. And I have all of the stuff for it. So I feel like I could merge those two things together and have this and that and kind of do a little bit of both. How cute is she? Oh my God, she is so cute. Okay, so what I need is, I could script it, but something right there that says like boo or something like that. Aw, would be really cute. Or you could put somebody's name on that. Okay, so now here's my theory, right? Here is my theory. Huh? No, not Siri. That was funny. Okay. Okay. Momentary pause while I think that through. Let's figure out what we're going to do with him. Okay. Let's see. Let's try the washi tape thing on him. If I can find any that I think might work. So that might work. That might work. I have like 6 rolls of Harry Potter washi tape, you guys. I have no idea where that came from. That might work. Let's try this. let's see what the washi tape does. Figure out where the roll starts. Here we go. So we're not going to worry about making it actually fit because we'll trim off excess and all of that. Let's put a little bit of glue on that. Okay, don't make me find a reason. Do not make me find a reason to go buy washi tape. Must use all I have first, which means we're going to have to start with the washi tape and then decide what I'm doing if we're going to go that route. I mean, I have a ton of scrap paper. I know. I mean, I have so much scrap paper that really, like, cutting scrap paper down to size to fit these is not a big deal. Okay. So I'm not sure what I'm going to think about this on top of that gold glittery looking stuff. We're going to find out anyway. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, and I have an idea. Oh, this is what I miss. Just like crafting with no end result in mind. Just for the heck of it, or just to see where it takes me. There's an element of it from a business perspective that you lose. And I'm not talking about Whatnot. I'm talking about my brother. I have a hard time with that. I get caught up in the perfectionism. I miss just letting. Yeah, right? Because when you're creating with an end result and you're creating for a show or a sale or something like that, you are worried about how the finished product comes out because it's time and money when you mess something up. Whereas when you're doing it for yourself, it's just because. And I didn't really realize how much I was missing it until recently. Hello, Susie. So, you know, that's one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is, you know, how much of it can I do for me and still like accomplish the business goals. It sucks when you feel like you can't sell it because it's messed up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, and half the time the things that we see as imperfections, other people don't even see. So I had a Not Today Satan shirt that I showed to JJ Shopper in one of the Hidden Gems shows because I had made it specifically for her if she wanted it. And I went to ship it to her and I realized I had a little bit of an ink bleed. And I sent her a picture of it. And I said, I can remake it. I can discount it. Or she's like, I don't even see what's wrong with it. It's fine. Yeah, right. I know. So, you know, half the time when we mess something up, people don't even see it. We see it because we know what it's supposed to look like. But yeah, there's an element of perfectly imperfect, right? Handmade is not perfect. Okay, so we're going to ink this a little bit. And then what I am going to attempt to do. Yes, unicorn sales show, 100%. Yeah, I understand that, Kelvin. I understand that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to do two things. Try not to get the paint on myself. But I stamped this. Yeah, so I will here soon, and by soon I mean before the end of July. That happens, Jessica, right? I want to do a flat rate box supply sale. And I can't decide if I want to do a chalk D-stash sale separate from that or part of that or both. Okay, so people who shop, if you shop for craft supplies on Whatnot, I would love to know, do you prefer curated supply shows where it's all ribbon, all stamps, all paper, that sort of thing, or do you prefer a little bit of everything, or does it just kind of depend? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out is both. See, I like both too. I think it depends on my mood, to be honest. Because like Kristen Swain was having a supply sale this morning, but it was all paper. And don't let me anywhere near a paper show because the last thing that I need is more scrap paper. Let me tell you. I do not 100%. So I didn't even go in. And I usually, if she's on, I usually pop in at least for a few minutes. Yeah, I think that's fair. And I think because what I want to do so that I do it and I don't get caught up in it, and like get in my head about it. Punch and washi tape junkie. Good to know. Good to know. Is I want to just pull tubs from the unfinished part of the basement in here. I'll probably have to figure out how to sit on the floor and just have the flat rate boxes. And we're going to go through the tubs. And some stuff you all see I'm not going to sell, but some stuff I am. And well, that is how perfect is that? That our raider wins the giveaway. I love that so much. Thank you so much, Kevin, for bringing your friends over. That thrift shop card will be coming to you. I appreciate you. Okay, so we've got two little Halloween doodads. So now, I mean, this is obviously like not perfect, but so I do like laminated bookmarks, but this would be a really cute bookmark topper. So I could make up my little Halloween bookmark designs and even laminate them, but then like attach that to the top. I don't have, do I have any of my MDF bookmarks handy? I thought I just had my hands on one the other day. But I also have wooden like MDF bookmarks that would be really cute to paint or decoupage or something like that and use these as the toppers. These would be really cute at Christmas time for ornaments, just saying. But here's what I want to try. And this is my brain trying to remember how to do this. Hold on, I might have to grab something. Oh, I gave them all away, didn't I? Hold, please. So my thinking here is hidden bookmark. Well, I guess what I would have really needed to do would have been when we put this paper on the back. Got it. Got it, got it. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I mean, obviously, I think there's an easier way to do this. And I think there's an extra step here in what I did to start with. Not an extra step. There's a step that I would have needed to take at the beginning. We need to fold right about here. Not at all straight, but that's okay. Straighten it out on the fold. That. And then right there. And trim that off. All right, so let me remember how this works. So this is a thing from a hidden paper clip kit that I have. Right, and then there was something that went over that part right there. Okay, so first paper clip. Paper clips right here. Okay. So paper clip goes there. Don't technically, with what we're doing, I don't technically need that. Right? I can cut that off. Okay. What I do need is another piece of paper about this size. So let's be smart. All right. So this is, because I'm going to want to do this again, and I'm going to be like, okay, did I bother to measure? So 4 by 1 1/4. Okay. Make sure those are roughly, yep, for what we're doing, that works. Okay. So we have our paper clip, right? And then this is the little piece that ends it. Right? And so then we take this and we glue it just on one side, and then we glue this to the back of our, here she is, to the back of our frame. So I knew I could figure that out if I just sat there and thought about it. This is the Tombow Aqua liquid glue. They have a, what is it called? That's not the clear. They have another kind that's in a green. I mean, it's kind of fancy. I like it. I'll show you the, let this sit and dry for a second. I like it because it has this sort of precision tip on it, but then it's also got the brush tip. So if I'm using it for paper crafting and I need to like thin out my glue or something like that, that brush tip works really well for that. But I prefer clear glue because I'm heavy-handed with glue, and so that guarantees that I don't like have visible glue everywhere. Let's trim this out. So I will say this top, making this top like what you're hiding your paper clip with a little bit bigger than what you've attached the paper clip to, at least starting out, is probably not a bad idea, and then you can trim it down. So this orange piece, wow, that is like super perfect. Measured out to be like 4 3/4. So maybe when I do this again, I will cut the top piece to like 4 1/4 by 2, and then trim it out once I get it attached. Hello, Susan, welcome in. Just so that you have some room to make sure everything is sized out correctly and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, and then we're going to, it keeps messing me up because this side of the paper on her is backwards. I'm going to put the glue on here so that I have it where I want it, as opposed to putting it on the paper clip attachment itself. So if I had been, that's going to need a little bit of help. I do not have a binder clip anywhere to save my life. Oh yeah, okay. Put some binder clips on that. So to repeat that, if we were doing that on here, what I would do if I put paper on the back, I would make a folded pocket to begin with. Right? So I would make my sort of background paper a folded pocket like this. And I'm thinking out loud. I think this is what I would do. Yeah, I've got enough of these. We can mess with this way. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out, like, there was way too many steps in that paper clip. Like, it's not, I made it more complicated than it needed to be because I didn't think about making it a paper clip to begin with. That's way too big. I have like no little paper clips in this thing. There we go. Okay. So my thinking, because you don't want to put the paper clip on like this and then glue that, because the paper clip's going to stick down into your image, right? So you need a paper clip to go like that, so that then you could glue it to the back like that. And you don't necessarily need this little cover unless you really wanted to, because your paper clip is hidden, right? You could drop it so that you can't see the paper clip from the top. Or if you really don't care about that, then you don't have to worry about it. And so then you would glue this whole thing to the back like that. And then you would just glue this. You could put the paper clip on it and then glue it all the way. And then your paper clip is hidden by the slide frame and whatever you decorate it with, not necessarily hidden by like a little paper flap. I mean, this is cute. I am perfectly happy with this. And it's cute that you've got, you know, that little paper on it, but it's kind of over complicated. And let's glue that down like that. So, yay! So I think what I'm going to do with this little guy is make a bookmark topper. So I need to design, I don't think I have any. Did I do Halloween bookmarks last year? I might have some Halloween bookmarks already designed. So I'll have to, if I do, I'll print them. But I also want to find my wooden MDF. So they're a little bit skinnier than this, but I think that would be really cute too. I have created 2 Halloween projects already, and it's June. I'm so excited. And this is perfect because I have a mixed media YouTube video to do for Friday and a Halloween video to do for the 13th. So I don't necessarily want to repeat the 2, but this gives me something to think about for the Halloween one. Oh, knitting machine. Look at, I love that. That's so cute. So, okay,